Okay, so the topic is how I made friends. Okay, so you can listen, okay, and also ask questions. It might be funny also, but listen carefully. Yeah, when it comes to relationships, first God taught me stronger yield to weaker. What God taught me?
The stronger yield to the weaker.
Stronger yield to weaker in His invisible kingdom on earth. Do you consider yourself stronger in God than the soul next to you? If yes, yield to his or her weakness. Don't resist. If no, that is, if you don't consider yourself stronger in God than the soul next to you, listen and follow. Don't resist. So either way, don't resist. I followed. I saw rapport begin in the relationships. Many said I have accepted them as they are. That I have accepted them as they are. And so I have become different. I thanked God who taught me graciously. God again taught me to speak truths in the next season of my relationship, disrespecting their weakness. So there was that first season.
Accepted amongst them.
Yeah. So speak truths in the next season of my relationship, disrespecting their weakness. They didn't like it. They didn't like, but they didn't part. They continued with me. You had a cutting tongue now and then. Show me your tongue, they said with a smile and controlling their anger. Oh, sorry for hurting you with my words. I apologize during their cutting tongue moments observations. They smiled. They accepted my apologies. They saw it as my weakness. They accepted my weakness. I saw an increase in the rapport, openness, and transparency in the relationship. Again, I thank God who taught me graciously and who inspired my friends to forgive my cutting tongue moments. They said I am one of their best friends. I continued speaking truths whenever I observed. It hurted them. How the hell can you think or talk like that? They rebuked, but kept me as their best friend. Oh, sorry for hurting you with my words. I again apologized during their cutting tongue moments, observations. Oh, please, can you stop that? No use. You are like this. They saw my cutting tongue moments as my weakness fully. They kept me as their best friend. Again, I thank God for teaching me graciously and preserving my friends. Thus, I have many good, great, and best friends now. My significant half being the primary one who has endured me for more number of years than any other good, great, or best friends. I believe this is from the living God and His invisible kingdom on earth. Because if I dig deep into which came first, my friend's forgiving attitude and behavior, or my skill in maintaining friendships, I end up just like the chicken or the egg story of which came first. That's why I believe this is from the living God and His invisible kingdom on earth. And in the closing, this is quote from Ephesians 4:20 to 25. But that's not the way you learned Christ, assuming that you have heard about Him and were taught in Him, as the truth is in Jesus, to put off your old self, which belongs to your former manner of life and is corrupt through deceitful desires, and to be renewed in the spirit of your minds, and to put on the new self, created after the likeness of God, in true righteousness and holiness. Therefore, having put away falsehood, let each one of you speak the truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. What's the closing? So having put away falsehood, let each one of you speak the truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. Okay, now already observe.
So, in the beginning, you used to accept people as they are,
Hmm.
and you know, disregarding their weaknesses.
Actually,
And,
stronger yield to weaker.
Yeah.
That is the principle. It's not that we disregard their weakness. We can't do actually. Okay, because I mean, you like if you consider yourself stronger, then
Equal to the weaker.
yield weaker, right? So in a discussions, when they say something, right, and then you kind of see that that's it, right? Like they're not going to change, to yield. So we change ourselves.
And but later onwards, you begin to disrespect their weaknesses, somehow putting them down, hurting them with your
Putting
words.
them down,
Or not putting
hurting them
them down,
with words. Where did I read all this, man?
but
Uh-huh.
like
That's
they
what he
felt
does to make
they
a good
felt
friend.
you
Okay.
you were trying to this time you are actually counting in their weaknesses, like
So we speak the truth. Okay. No, the point here is yield to the weaker, right? Stronger yield to the weaker is not like eternal state. You begin like the rapport develops. You become friend, right? So there is a rapport. Then you start beginning to open and transparently talk on few matters. So accepting someone's weakness as they are is not eternal state. That is evil. Right? Like so because we seek good for each other. That is a friend about, right? We stand up for friend. So we begin, right? And then after that you also now speak. You also share openly what you are not able to say once. And it will also they will also do the same. What they were not able to say in the beginning, they will tell. In fact, in the journey, they will also tell more bad about us because what they observe, they will also speak. Huh? So not putting them down, hurting them down.
That's how he does.
So,
Friends.
so describing weakness means we talk openly and transparently. So we don't keep holding, okay, this they'll not like, okay, let me not talk at all. You cannot. Okay, so that is not
And they
real.
also shouldn't do like this they don't like. Let me only talk this full time.
Ah. Okay. Those are actually, you will see the friendships which actually only stick to what we only like, right? Those friendships will not stay for longer because it is just for that. It is just the. It is for that convenience. It is for that pleasure. Once that situation change, context change, that's it. Like it will no longer stay good. Have you experienced that? You just come for that particular goal of like that pleasure or that right, and when the situations troubles or the just that environment changes, that's it. Like it's like, huh? Any other observations?
yeah. So every time you apologize to your friends, they just began to accept your apology, but slowly, they were like turning offended and angry, and then finally at the end, they didn't accept your apology because it's like you just wanna shut them up with, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. So they really and then slowly God opened doors for you, and you began to understand them, and
So when we speak certain truths, it will be a different view of life. Even to us, even when they speak certain things about us, we don't like, right? But the thing is, but we'll also think about it. They'll also think about it. You see? And yeah, so they will say, just shut up, right? Like you're like that, right? But the words, what we have shared, or the truths, will work in their hearts. Because many times, long friendships, because we got like long friendships, I think we have seen long friendships, right? Like me, like my neighbor, like the weekend I visited our neighbor, and, right? So, in long friendships, there'll always be part, hey, you told me that day, that few years back, no? I did not accept that. But as I thought more
Few
about
years
it,
back, our friend itself will forget.
no, you will have that kind of moments where your friend will not accept immediately what you say, or you may not like sometimes accept what he or she says, but later we will actually share. Not able to accept, but then as I thought about it, there is some like little bit. Okay, this part now I accept. Hey, but the other part you said is really, it is really nonsense. You see, so that's how each heart, right? We learn from each other, and the learning doesn't happen as eureka, like oh wow, great, thank you. Oh, like it don't happen that way, but in bits and parts and over the months or the years, right? So, so the important thing is the two principles saw is the stronger yield to the weaker as the invisible, as a principle of the invisible kingdom on earth,
And the weaker need to respect
and
listen to
forgiving
us.
the forgiving behavior and attitude, right? And seeking for forgiveness, right? Like apologizing, right? So we are not talking about like we are not diluting the truth or anything, right? But many times you often be surprised that what you did not what you did not intend, your friend will give a meaning to it or interpret in a different way that hurts them. So you will say, no, I didn't mean that. Right? And then they say, no, I thought you said that. No, I thought you meant that. Okay, no, da, no, I didn't mean that. Right? Like, uh, yeah. So you'll also be surprisingly, you'll hear that, and that brings to another reality. Each of us has a view of life, a core principles in our heart, which gives a view of life, and that view of life get disturbed. We get disturbed. That's where many arguments come from. Okay, any other observation, though? How about your observations? Sure, okay, we can close in prayer.
Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for giving us one more day in our life. Thank you for this new year 2019. Lord, help us to make friends in a proper way and systematic way. Lord, let us yield to the weaker people and let them help us to mature in every aspect of our life. Lord, rather than accepting people as they are for eternity, let us speak the right truths about them that do not point out immediately at their weaknesses but help us to understand and also helps them to learn from their mistakes. So thank you for giving me and Joy privileges in our life like going to school. There are many children in our age who do not go to school because their parents can't afford. So thank you for giving us blessings. Thank you for giving us this new life. Help us to mature in every aspect of our life. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.